Everybody, thanks for joining us for another Facebook Live event this beautiful Thursday morning. Today we're out here at the Rutherford Refuge off of Twin Bridges Road, and it's a beautiful morning out here. This property is a really beautiful place, and Jake, do you want to tell us a couple things that are really special about this specific preserve?
Yeah, sure. So the Rutherford Refuge at Twin Bridges is JDCF's newest preserve at about 24.35 acres. And this property contains our largest amount of remnant habitat by far, and will eventually most likely qualify for nature preserve status through the Illinois Nature Preserve Commission, which is their highest protection level through their conservation easements.
Awesome. So I know earlier we were looking around, there's a lot of really beautiful big oak trees and some awesome wetland habitat here. This preserve will be open to the public later on this year, probably sometime in the fall. So they're going to tell us a little bit about what they're doing here a little bit later as far as their work plan for today. Today I want to introduce you guys to the Northern Illinois Stewardship Co-op, NISC is the acronym. And today we have Jake Pulfer, Melissa First, and Aaron Hogert here with us. And they're going to tell us a little bit about NISC in general and kind of the new evolution into becoming a fee-for-service program.
Yeah, so about back in 2013, Joe Davis Conservation Foundation and the Illinois Department of Natural Resources combined forces to pick up on doing stewardship work on their preserves that they knew needed to be done, and had applied for a grant to fund a 2-person strike team. And they continued that way until about 2017, when 10 organizations in the Northwest Illinois area came together, realizing that they all had gaps as well in their stewardship programs, and really wanted to utilize a strike team to help them meet those gaps. And they applied for a grant through NIFWIF, and got that grant, and were able to hire a 2-person strike team, and continued that way for about a year and a half. Sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, just to back up here a little bit, those 10 organizations, just to name a few, include Joe Davis Conservation Foundation, the Natural Land Institute, Jane Adamlands Park Foundation, and Illinois Department of Natural Resources, Freeport Parks District. All of them, realized that together they were greater than the sum of their parts. So the strike team was really a way of getting boots on the ground to accomplish that. And about October of last year, that grant ran out, and we needed to continue. There was still that gap that needed to be serviced. So we switched to a fee-for-service program, and have been fully fee-for-service since then, and have actually, through all of our partners and some private landowners, have fully scheduled ourselves work throughout this entire year.
And Jake, what geographic area does the strike team cover?
So we work in Joe Davis County, Stevenson County, Winnebago, Ogle, and Carroll.
Wow.
So we cover five counties for right now. And, as we grow with the people and communities here, we really hope to be able to offer our services to more counties.
That's awesome.
And, what we provide for our clients are stewardship services, as I mentioned, but we really work to try and provide them at or near cost by capitalizing on efficiencies of scale, streamlining our techniques for habitat management, and utilizing collaborative stewardship whenever possible. And as we continue to grow, we hope to be able to offer a prescribed burn association to lower the cost of prescribed burns on landowners' properties, and act as a early detection rapid response agency throughout our service area for invasive species that spread very quickly but have not fully established themselves throughout our service area.
So if somebody's interested in, let's say, doing a prescribed fire on their property on a conservation easement, how do they sign up for that? How do they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so anybody interested in stewardship services through NISC can contact me at jpulfer@jdcf.org, or give me a call on my cell phone at 608-354-7297.
And you guys will probably have a website up and running maybe later this year. Is that about the time, or would it be next year?
Yeah, so, being a very young organization still, we have not established a website, so we hope to, by the end of this year, possibly early next year, have a website up and running.
Awesome. So if you guys have any more questions about the Northern Illinois Stewardship Co-op, NISC, and what they do, now is a good time to type in any questions you have in the comments section. We're going to kind of interview these guys, get to know them a little bit, and kind of where they come from and how they got interested in doing conservation work in general. So I think we'll start with Jake, since you're right here. Tell us a little bit about kind of how you got interested in this line of work.
Yeah, so I actually originally went to college for hospitality and tourism management. Took a course in science, society, and the environment, and realized that on a whole we have really kind of done some pretty detrimental damage to our planet, and really wanted to contribute and do my part to help reverse that and improve the ecological health of our planet.
Thank you. And now how about Melissa first? Tell us a little about where you came from and kind of how you became interested in conservation work.
Sure. I'm from Long Island, New York. My grandfather was always outside. I was always with him. He was a big bird watcher, so that's why I like being outside. Then I did Excelsior Conservation Corps in New York. I had a really good time with that, enjoyed it, and then I took my skills, did some prescribed burn in Alabama, and now I'm here. And I joined conservation work because I just think it's really a great thing to do, and I think everyone should have a chance to see the beauty of natural lands in the future as well.
Awesome. That is very cool. We know a lot of birders are watching now, so that's good to know that we have fellow birders here. Okay, Erin Hogate, I said your name right this time. Okay, tell us a little bit about kind of where you came from and a little bit about how you became interested in conservation work.
I'm originally from New Jersey, and I got to see my area that I grew up in going from a pretty nice area with a lot of good natural areas to pretty much completely degraded and basically no longer salvageable. So I really wanted to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen elsewhere. So I went to school for conservation science and came out here to see if I could do something.
Thank you. That's awesome. So it sounds like a lot of us have a lot of similar goals as far as preserving the beauty of this area here. And I know a lot of the folks watching are very glad that you guys are here to help us keep it beautiful. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what exactly you're doing out here today at the Rutherford Refuge? I know I see a lot of, you have a fire going over there, and earlier you guys had your chainsaws running and everything. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what exactly your goal is today and long term too?
Sure. So really what today is about is the initial undesirable brush species removal, and that's really the first step towards restoring the habitat that are present here at Rutherford Refuge. So we're battling against honeysuckle and burning it up, and we'll release these oaks that are around us and give them some room to breathe, and hopefully we can start to see some young oaks come in, and long term we'll return fire to this landscape, and we will probably 3 years down the road try and selectively introduce more biological diversity by seeding native plants into the habitats here.
Jake, what specifically is going to happen right where we're standing?
So where we're standing here, and as you can kind of see behind me, we have some old farm implements, and this area here is going to be a parking lot for the public to have a nice spot to park here and really enjoy all of the natural beauty that the Rutherford Refuge has to offer. And probably one of my favorite parts about Rutherford is if you go down over into the wetland, you can't see it from here, but there is an open grown oak tree that has been allowed to grow open for so long that its bottom limbs have actually grown down and touched the ground and are resting upon the ground.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, this is a beautiful place, I know, and I can't wait for everybody to come on out here and experience it later on this year when we open it to the public. So,
And where are we? What town are we in?
oh, that's right. So this preserve is located just southeast of Apple River and just west of Warren. So that's kind of where we're located, right off of Twin Bridges Road. So it's a beautiful area out here. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to type them in the comments section. I want to thank our sponsors, First Community Bank of Galena, Apple River State Bank. You guys have been great sponsors for all of our educational programs. And thanks to the NISC team for coming out here and doing a little introduction to what you guys are and how we got here today. So thank you everybody for joining, and thanks you guys for joining me today. We'll see you guys next week.